Hello, welcome again to the Solid Sports and Gaming channel. You're watching another edition of the Solid Sports video blog. Today's date is October 15th, 2020. And today we're going to do all NFL. This is a special Week 6 NFL preview. Thank you so much for joining me. Of course, I was here Saturday, but I missed my last Thursday night football edition with the it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears, but I had some internet issues last week, so I couldn't upload. So I just skipped last week, Thursday, but I was able to come back Saturday, give you a rundown. But today we're just going to focus all on the NFL. We're going to give you a Week 6 preview. I'm going to give you all my game picks for the week, touch on some big news items this week. Of course, the firing of Dan Quinn and the GM of the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons look to start a new regime, and the Le'Veon Bell news, of course, he was cut by the Jets. Let's see where he will land. Right now he's still, I think he cleared waivers yesterday, so he's still waiting to be signed. But like I said, we have all the Week 6 picks. I do all my picks live, actually on my ESPN Fantasy app, so I do my picks for the week live. There's no Thursday night game, so that's why I figured I just give a big preview of Week 6 instead today. So a little something different today. My power rankings, I missed the power rankings last week. I could have did them Saturday, but it slipped my mind. So we skipped a week, but power rankings, of course, look a little different with the Chiefs losing last week. So we have a new power rankings in this segment as well. And just to touch on the rest of the days going on the channel, congratulations. Other news, sports news, the Lakers winning the championship this week, winning in 5 games over the Miami Heat. They was able to finish that off. I think it was Monday or Sunday, I think it was. They're the champs. We'll talk about that on Saturday. Look ahead to the NBA, what they're going to do. I think they plan on trying to come back in January, so we're talking about the NBA. Baseball playoffs is in full swing. AL and NLCS's Astros avoided elimination last night, so they're still down 3-1. And the Braves got demolished by the LA Dodgers last night, 15-3. As the Dodgers get within a game now, they're down 2-1. So it's possible the World Series could be set by the time I come back on Saturday. If so, I preview that and talk about that as well. But like I said, we're focusing on the NFL today, so that'll be Saturday when I come. I'm not going to talk too much about the NFL because we're doing all the picks today. We'll talk about everything today. So when I come back to do the normal Saturday vlog, we're just going to focus on other sports, what's going on. I'll probably touch on the NFL a little bit, unless something big happens between now and Saturday. But other than that, I'm going to do all my picks and power rankings today. So let's start with the news before we get to the picks. Of course, I think it was right after the game, Atlanta lost to the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. They finally let go Coach Dan Quinn, which I think he was probably on the verge of getting fired last year. But Atlanta made a good surge. They didn't make the playoffs, but they looked a lot better the second half of the season, so he was able to keep his job. The GM also been relieved of his duties. Raheem Morris will be the interim coach. Of course, was the coach for the Buccaneers a few years back. African American, just to point that out there, African American. So hopefully, Atlanta can make a little run and maybe he'll get some consideration again for a coaching job. But Dan Quinn, I guess it was a long time coming, really since the Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. The Falcons haven't been the same, just haven't been the same team. And to me, like Atlanta, I think is up there, one of the most disappointing teams this year. Minnesota, even though Minnesota been playing better of late. These two teams that stick out to me that's been disappointing. Yeah, I think they're the two right there. I could think of some other teams, but Philadelphia Eagles, but they got injuries, so they got more built this because in Dallas too. You can put those two teams in there. That could be a lot better. But now Dallas loses Dak Prescott, which was a gruesome injury if you heard about that. But he's out for the year, so they got to go to Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is decent, so I think Dallas can still stay above water. Their schedule get a lot easier as well. But yeah, Dallas, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Atlanta, all those NFC teams, but the NFC is so deep. You know, like the Rams. Like I didn't expect the Rams to start off so well. With that NFC West period, with Seattle still undefeated right now. It's rolling. So, but yeah, those 4 teams stick out. In the AFC, I can't really think of a team that's under. Maybe Houston, Texas, but you know they just fired their coach last week. You know, Houston's been disappointing. But yeah, there's a couple of teams there that struggle. I would say the Colts too. You know, to stay in that division. Phillip Rivers, I think they should be playing a little bit better. I thought they was gonna go and beat Cleveland and make a stand. Well, I picked Cleveland to win that game, but I wouldn't have been shocked if the Colts would have won that game. But I guess I throw them in there too. But other than that, I mean, the rest of the AFC looks, you know, basically how it's supposed to look. Denver, the Broncos have a lot of injuries. But to stay on topic, like I said, I was going to talk about Dan Quinn. I mean, I guess, you know, I don't blame him. I think the Dallas loss was bad, you know, a couple of weeks ago. Not picking up the onside kick and, you know, blowing another big lead. The Carolina loss, I think I kind of feel it. I was like, dang, you know, I felt this. It wasn't a surprise that he was let go. Like, that was a break. You know, Carolina was dealing with injuries as well. Even though Teddy Bridgewater started to show that he would love to be a starter. A couple of guys have stepped up for the Panthers. Panthers been playing pretty decent overall this season. But yeah, I just thought, after just the 0-4 start, I thought they would come out and play a lot better. There's been rumbles about them looking to trade Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan's, 35, 36 years old, I think I heard. I guess if you're going to tear it down, I guess, see what his value is. Put him on the market, see what you can get for him. And just, you might be up for first round, a high draft pick in the draft. Maybe you get Trevor Lawrence or one of these other quarterbacks and move on from Matt Ryan. Wouldn't blame the Falcons for that. But Matt Ryan, he's so, you know, he serves. I mean, he's a good quarterback to me. I think he could go, like, if you got a veteran team around him, I think he'd do pretty well. Sort of like Dalton, you know, in my opinion. Like, you know, Dallas got a nice set of skill players around him. I think if he goes somewhere, and the defense, because Atlanta defense has been terrible for the last few years, really. Just don't get a pass rush. They just can never find a pass rusher. But I think if a situation come up, I think they might trade him. I mean, it's just been rumbles of it. Nothing in concrete or stone or no reports, really. It's just been people, people are thinking that they should, but there's no reports out there that I know of that they've shopping them or anything else. But it's possible now, you know, and they probably ready to move on from him. They probably won't, if they get a high draft, they probably will take a quarterback. So it could be right. It could be on the wall for Matt Ryan in Atlanta, but to me, you know, like I said, he always will get paid to Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco won his Super Bowl. Actually, he's playing right now with the Jets, with Sam Darnold being sidelined, so he'll get a second start this week. But Flacco, I mean, like I said, I'm a Ravens fan, so I watched Joe Flacco pretty much his whole career. To me, like I said, the perception is, I don't know if that's true. I don't know Joe Flacco. I hate to people compare him, but you only can look at it from afar. He just say, like, once he won that Super Bowl, he just, you know, he just didn't have that fire in him anymore. You know, in my opinion, he just was lackadaisical. I mean, he never was a rah-rah guy, yell-in-your-face guy like a Brady or, you know, anybody like that would yell at you and stuff like that. He always was a laid-back person, but it seemed like he was even more laid-back once he won the Super Bowl. I guess he felt like he was validated because he used to speak. He used to say he was an elite quarterback. He used to say little quotes here and there when people doubted him and stuff. Then the Super Bowl run, happened. And Bolt was out of his mind though. Like Like he was the go-to man for sure. Then you had Torrey Smith to take the coverage off with the speed. Didn't have Ray Rice in the backfield, so it had a pretty decent team. Ray Lewis was still, he was in decline, but him and Terrell Suggs and Ed Reed was still doing their thing. So that was a special year, but after that year, it just seemed like he just nosedived. And then his back started giving out, so the Ravens moved on from him. Lamar Jackson, now you see Lamar Jackson there, but I don't know. I wouldn't blame the Falcons for moving on from Matt Ryan, but that's something just to look at. But let's move on. Don't want to start rambling here. Still gotta get to the picks here. But the Falcons definitely, I think, ready to tear things down. And we'll see who they play this week. Probably talk a little bit about them again. Le'Veon Bell, heard about that. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. He got cut by the Jets the day before. He cleared waivers already, so he's a free agent. He out there. You know how things ended in Pittsburgh. He probably was considered the best running back in the league at the time. Him, Antonio Brown. I mean, just Big Robinson. They was the killer bees. Used to get a little bit of trouble off the field. Got caught with marijuana a couple of times. I think he failed a test, I believe, once. So he's been in a little bit of trouble off the field. So I think that's why Pittsburgh maybe was hesitant to give him a little bit of money. So he wanted out. Wound up going to the Jets. I think Gase is his second coach, Adam Gase. I don't think Gase was there when he got there. Or maybe he was, because Gase did want him. They had a little rough because Gase openly said he didn't really want to give him the money that he did get. I think he wound up getting $15 million a year. I think they still owe him about $6 million, regardless where he signs. So I think Gase was against it, so that made a rift. And then he's been banged up though. He's had little injuries here and there as well. But the Jets' offense haven't really looked good, even with Sam Darnold. So Bell hasn't really had a productive showing yet with the Jets. I guess he got frustrated. But there's something going on there, with the Jets. The Jamal Adams situation. A couple of other, like, they best play good players, he wasn't out. So something is not right in the Jets organization. But now it's going to be interesting to see where he goes. Like I said, this is speculation. New England always, like how they got Cam on the cheap. Maybe they can get Le'Veon Bell for the rest of the year, help them stabilize their running game, and have somebody out the backfield to throw to. Because Le'Veon Bell, he could line up in the slot. He's shown and done that. Done that in the past, so he'd be a dynamic weapon on offense. But I heard Chicago would be a good place for him. I don't know about that. I think he'd be the featured back there. Maybe that's why that's a good situation. And they 4-1, regardless of how they look. They are 4-1, so they're in position to make a playoff run. So that might interest him. So they two destinations right there that stood out. I would like to see him in Houston, actually, even though Houston is winless right now. But oh no, they won last week, so Houston is 1-4 now. They beat the Jags. But and see him in the backfield with Deshaun Watson, I think that'd be great. But Houston's offensive line has been a struggle. So and they, like I said, they're not winning right now. So I don't know if that's where he want to go. But I would like to see that, like him go to Houston to pair up with Deshaun Watson. That'd be great. I'm sure it's other teams, other Saints. I think somebody threw that out there. Him and Kamara teaming up. So it's been a lot of, speculation here, but we'll see where he goes. I don't think he's washed. That's what some people also thought. Maybe he's washed. No, I don't think he's washed. I think Jets was just a bad situation. The offense hasn't looked good for nobody, so just think he was in a bad situation. But wherever he goes, especially if it's New England, you just have to go and play, man. Eventually, that's what you have to do, just go and play. So hopefully he gets a opportunity to go to a contender and maybe help a contender get over the hump. Maybe New England. That kind of makes sense. New England does make sense. Shorty Michelle could be the traditional running back, and then Le'Veon Bell can come in on passing situations, or even take some carries away from Michelle, and maybe line up in the slot sometimes, maybe run a little wildcat. He's done that. So we'll see where he goes. So I keep an eye on that. I got a feeling though he's going to sign soon. I don't think he's going to be out there too long, in my opinion. I think somebody was going to pick him up because they can get him for a decent price. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so they was the two biggest stories of the week. Other little nuggets out there as well. But there was the two big stories. So we will get to the picks. Let's get to the week 6 picks. I'm going to do it live right here. I haven't even done my picks yet on the app, so I'm going to just go ahead and pull the app up and go game by game and give you my pick. You get a little insight on the game. Yeah, I've never done this before on the blog. I always do my picks first, then I tell you who I think's gonna win. I do a little pool here at home with my residents, so I gotta get that together for this week. I just won last week. I admit I got a little bit of advantage, because not because of what they don't know per se, but I can pull up information that they can't pull up. They only could go by television, so that gives me a distinct advantage. Alright, so we got 14 games this week. Okay, I don't know who's on a bye off the top of my head. Maybe I should have looked that up first, but that's fine. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to go by each game. I'll give you who I think is going to win. Maybe a brief little insight on the game that I think. And we're going to start with the Falcons. We just talked about the Falcons and the Vikings. That's crazy. The two teams, I think that's been the most disappointed they played each other this week. Now, if Quinn would have still had his job, if he didn't lose this game, yeah, I think that definitely would have been it. But all that being said, Minnesota's been playing a little bit better. Minnesota's 1-4. They just finally won last a couple of weeks ago. They looked kind of bad. Dalvin Cook, a little banged up. Kirk Cousins, they've been playing that well. The defense has been disappointed for the Vikings. Just haven't been able to stop anybody. But I think the Falcons, I think they play well. Their coach just got fired. I think they give them a little boost. But I think Minnesota's playing a little bit better. I think even though they lost to Seattle last week, I think they still are a little confident that they still a good team, a decent team. Kirk Cousins just got to play better. And I think he will. I think he'll do enough. And Vikings at home, I'm going to go with Minnesota here in this game. But the battle of the two disappointed teams. Now this might be, the next game here might be a battle of two teams you didn't expect. The Bears at 4-1. Made this change to Nick Foles. Panthers 3-2. Like I said, Panthers, no McCaffrey. He probably come back this season. But Bridgewater has played pretty well. Nick Foles, he's been a little bit better than Trubisky, but not that much. But they did get the big win against Tampa last Thursday. So Panthers at home. This is a tough one. This is like a coin flip for me. I'm just gonna go with the Bears because they're just a little bit better. I think they get it done. I think it'll be a close game though. I go with the Bears here. Yeah, see the thing about this is they don't have the spreads. I don't know what the spreads are, but I'm guessing that's close to even. I'm just gonna guess that one. Bengals and the Colts. Cincinnati with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow looked decent all year. The Colts 3-2, not just not blowing the socks off. People would think they got a roster that could probably challenge in the AFC. But Phillip Rivers been a little inconsistent. The Colts at home, like I said, I'm just going to go with the Colts here. I think the Bengals will challenge them though. I think it'll be a close game. But I think the Bengals will lose another tough one. I think eventually this will help Joe Burrow get more experience. I think the Colts will do enough, and I think they win at home. Browns at Steelers. This is a big game in the AFC and the AFC North. Steelers coming 4-0. Another big win against the Eagles last week. Browns, since that loss, 4-0. Since the loss to the Ravens, everybody was saying, "Oh, well, let's break up this, break up that." Now every day, so the hiring that offense looking good. They running the ball, which that's all they have to do. They run the ball. Their offense runs smooth. And Baker getting throwing the ball pretty well. But I think that Steelers defenses will be more motivated last week. They gave a lot of points to the Eagles. And you know they're all about stopping the run, so I think we might see the Browns try to throw the ball too much again here. I think the Steelers with the Big Ben looking like the old Big Ben, then this Claypool guy just came out of, I would say it came out of nowhere for me, but a lot of people said this guy been pretty good. I think he dropped in the draft because he was injured. The rookie last week had 4 touchdowns, 3 receiving, 1 rushing. They might focus on, I think this might be a Juju game though. I think they're going to focus too much on Claypool, and maybe Juju will go off this game. Oh yeah, Steelers was another team that Le'Veon Bell, people was, maybe he should go back to the Steelers. I don't think it's the same as Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is, he burned the bridge, and he just burned his bridge worse than Le'Veon. Le'Veon was more about money. Brown, it was about money and just everything. So I could see Le'Veon Bell coming back. We'll see though. But that'd be huge if they can. The Steelers will definitely be in the running in the AFC, regardless. And I'm gonna go with them here. They're at home. I think the Browns become the Browns, at least for this week. They start probably throwing the ball too much. Broncos at Patriots. Patriots got some good news yesterday. Cam Newton cleared for practice, so he's practicing again. You know, he contracted COVID-19. A couple of players on the Patriots did. Stephen Gilmore. But it didn't spread too much. This game was supposed to have been Monday night. They moved it from Sunday to Monday, and then now it's this Monday. So I guess the bye week's supposed to be coming up or something. But we'll see what else get moved around here. But I'm gonna go with the Patriots here, regardless who the quarterback is. Denver just too depleted. Even though the Ripken kid got him a win, I just don't think they're on the level of the Patriots. Here you go, this trash truck. I knew it was going to come while I was recording. I'm going to go with New England here. Cam might start. They say he might start. I don't know. It's possible, but I think the way the Patriots, they might just put that out there. But I think Stidham or Brian Hoyer might get the start. But either way, I just think the Patriots are just too outclassed, and they beat the Broncos at home. Lions at Jaguars. This is a tough game because both of these two teams show flashes of goodness, but then just always either blow it in the end or just something always happen. I'm rooting for Matthew Stafford. I like Matthew Stafford, so the Lions always keep an eye on the Lions because of him. Can he get the win here? Jaguars have played pretty well despite them losing 4 games. Minshew has played decently. The defense, of course, has been Achilles' heel. Man, this is like a coin flip for me. Just got a funny feeling about the Lions this week. Just think the Lions are winning on the road. Jags, I think there's been a lot of close games, but just haven't been able to pull them out. The Lions have to. But I think they prevail here. It's just more of a gut feeling. I really don't have no football to really say, oh, well, the Lions do this better, Lions do that better. Pretty much these two are the same teams, honestly, in my opinion. But I'm gonna go with Detroit here. I just think they get a big win on the road. I think the Jags. Well, people say they're secretly tanking, but I don't know. I mean, but I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'm just gonna go with the Lions, and I just got a feeling it's gonna be a good week for them this week. Houston, Texas at the Tennessee Titans. Titans have impressed me. They've been the most impressive team. They just went through COVID. Pretty much most of the team have gotten it, but you see what they did against the Buffalo Tuesday. No practice, nothing, just demolished the Bills, and they look like they are a contender in the AFC. I'm ready to say that now. Ryan Tannehill continues to play well, stay within his lane. Derrick Henry still doing his thing. The defense. They just traded away one of their linebackers though. One of their linebackers was unlucky with his role. He was traded to Jacksonville because they say Jacksonville needed a linebacker for a couple of draft picks. So, and like I said, after we talked about Houston, a bit disappointing. O'Brien got fired, the coach. So now it's up to Deshaun Watson. A lot of weight on his shoulders, but they finally got a win last week. The Titans just a better team right now. They playing better right now. And I think they they dominance in this division. Well, the start of their dominance. I think the Titans win there at home. The Washington football team against the New York Giants. This is probably one of the trashiest games of the week. Giants look good against Dallas, but Dallas defense is bad, so I don't know how good that is. Washington announced that Kyle Allen still be their starter if he's healthy, and not Alex Smith. But I don't know. I guess I'll go with the Giants because they're at home. And I think I think they played. I think last week, even though they lost, I think them almost beating Dallas, give them a little bit of maybe they'd be ready this week to play. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they win. They get their first win of the year. I think they beat Washington at home. Ravens at Eagles. Eagles, like I said, have been a little disappointed as well. 3-1. The one tie against Cincinnati. Ravens. As a Ravens fan, just think they need to be a little bit more sharper. Kansas City tore them apart, and they didn't look that good against Cincinnati. But I think they have enough to beat the Eagles. The Eagles, like I said, they depleted as well. Carson Wentz be having to do too much. Basically, no receivers out there to throw to. So I think the Ravens will take advantage of that and win this game on the road. Jets at Dolphins. Go with the Dolphins here. There's not much to say. We already talked about the Jets. The Jets are a mess right now. Is Adam Gase next? Is he will be the next coach fired? There's rumbles out there that he might be. Hopefully he'll make it at least through the year, but I don't know. Jets 4-5. The offense looked pretty impressive in San Francisco, even though the 49ers have their issues with injuries as well, but dominant win for them last week. So it's no Tua time yet. Ryan Fitzpatrick looked pretty decent last week. Now he usually have a good game, bad game, good game, bad game, but I think the Jets are so bad. I think he's going to play well, and it's a former team of his. I think the Dolphins win at home. Definitely one of the biggest games of the week. The Green Bay Packers go to Tampa and face Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. So the rare matchup between legend quarterbacks Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Buccaneers coming off that loss to Chicago. Tom forgetting it was fourth down. That's been a meme. There's been a whole lot of memes out there about that. But Green Bay has looked very sharp. Aaron Rodgers looked the old Aaron Rodgers. Even without Devontae Adams, I think he didn't play last week, and they still looked it pretty well. Well, the last time they played, because they had a bye last week. Tampa coming back home after that loss to Chicago. They got some injuries as well. They have Leonard Fournette last week. Curtis Godwin, I don't know if he'll be back this week. They're gonna need him back for this game. But I'm gonna go with Green Bay. They just playing better right now. It might wind up being a shootout, maybe. But I just think the Packers are the better team right now. Buccaneers might improve later, but it won't be this week. I think the Packers go in there and win the game on the road, and a big one. I think this is Sunday Night Football. Rams and 49ers. I just told you how the 49ers struggled against Miami last week. Jimmy Garoppolo got benched. He came back for a start, but they say it was just his ankle pretty much got re-aggravated, and he couldn't play well on it. So they made the move, but so they committed still to Jimmy Garoppolo. But I don't know how true or false that is. But the Rams, they impressed me. I gotta give the Rams credit. Now I give Jared Goff credit. Like I said, once when they lost that Super Bowl, and I heard how confused Jared Goff was in that Super Bowl. Basically, New England will change the defense under 50 if they just snapped the ball under 15 seconds, and it threw his whole game off. I was like, well, nah, he's not on an elite level yet. But he's played well this year. They got a running game again without Todd Gurley. So I'm going to go with the Rams here. They just playing better football. 49ers, injuries, just too much for them. I think the Rams win. This game was supposed to be Thursday tonight, but it got moved to Monday. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills, because the Bills coming off that loss to the Titans on Tuesday night. Chiefs losing to the Raiders. Was shocked to some people. But division games, you can't really, like I said, division games, I don't put too much stock in. Like when somebody loses a division game, the team know a lot about you. You're actually motivated that week. And you know you're going to play them again if it's early in the season. So I think all those things factor in. I think the Chiefs will be ready. The Bills, to me, they look ready against the Titans. I don't know if they took them lightly or Josh Allen had a bad game, even though he's played well this year. We had that Pat Mahomes, well, yes we had when they played the Ravens. But other than that, Pat Mahomes been sort of steady. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs. They're just the better team than the defending champions. I think this will be a wake-up call, though, for the Bills, this loss. Now they sort of will see where they are in the AFC. Lose to the Chiefs and the Titans back-to-back weeks. Two teams that's going to be there that you're going to have to beat one of them probably to get to the Super Bowl or compete for it. So I think this will help the Bills in the long run. Maybe be more disciplined, be more ready. But I think Kansas City wins the game. And our final Monday night game of the week, as we had 2 weeks in a row with doubleheaders. Cardinals at the Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here. I think Kyler Murray get the big stage on Monday night. I think he'll show out. I think it'll be a close game. I think Dallas going to play with Andy Dalton, going to stabilize the passing game, and I think they're going to use the running game over Zeke. But the Dallas Cowboys defense is just bad. I think Arizona will be able to take advantage of that. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals here. So that will do it for the picks. We're about to move on to the power rankings. Like I said, if you want to join me on the Payscape Pick'em, that's where I just picked my games from. You can go to your app store, download the ESPN Fantasy app. They go to the little trophy symbol and they say Payscape Pick'em. Set up your profile, your entry. To search the room that you want to participate in. Mine's is got a couple of different rooms, but the one I had for the channel was the SSVB pool. And like I said, I give you all the information. If somebody hit me up in the comments if you want to just play for fun, or we can wager something, or just interact with you guys. If you really want to play, I definitely won't mind having some competition in there. So I've done it for a couple years. I had nobody never join, so I figured, I just throw it out there sometimes. If somebody want to join, they can join. So it's just something to look forward to. Okay, alright, so our picks is in. We went through the news. So now let's go to my power rankings for week 6. Week 5, of course, I skipped. Like I said, I usually do it on Thursdays after all the games. So I'm gonna do it here. Of course, the Chiefs lost last week, so you know they fell down some. But who's in my top 5? We'll start from 5 to 1. Got the 4 undefeated teams here, and of course the Chiefs still in it, so they got a loss. But the other teams are all undefeated. At number 5, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got the Steelers at 5. They just keep doing it no matter what. They keep finding receivers. They find this Claypool guy. Big Ben is back doing his thing. Mike Tomlin doing another excellent job. That pass was from T.J. Watt. Steelers looking good right now. Like I said, big game this week though against the Browns, which I think they will win that game. So I got the Steelers number 5. They wasn't ranked now 2 weeks ago. They was to finally get in there. Other teams I consider that 5, the Rams. Like I said, the Rams have played pretty well, but they got a loss. I didn't really consider the Bears at all. Only why I thought about them because of their record at 4-1. They're 2 teams right there. There's probably some others that I'm forgetting about, but I think the Steelers deserve to get the spot. Just think they playing better football. And number 4, the Tennessee Titans. Start giving the Titans their credit. Mike Vrabel has done an excellent job. Ryan Tannehill has played well. The defense, A.J. Brown had a monster game on Tuesday. It's like he's back. The Titans definitely a contender. Definitely should sleep on Tennessee. They number 4. And number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs, coming off a loss. They was number 1 for a while. Well, most of the season. But the loss to the Raiders drops them all the way down to 3. They haven't looked that sharp. Like other than the Ravens game, the Chiefs, barely beat the Chargers. Like I said, struggle against the Raiders. Just haven't looked as world beater as they normally look. But you still got Pat Mahomes. You figure they're gonna get together. You figure Andy Reid and all of them will get together. They still defended champs, so they only dropped down 2 spots to number 3. Moving up, and probably moving up fast, is the Green Bay Packers. They're number 2 at 4 though. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers has looked like Aaron Rodgers. Big win in Minnesota in week 1. That was real impressive to me. Since then, just has some dead weight. The Lions. A big game against Tampa though this week. That'd be somewhat a measuring stick. So we'll see where the Packers are. I like Aaron Rodgers, and let's see if they can stay up there at number 2. And number 1, the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks 5-0. Been in some tight games. Was in another tight one this past weekend. Russell Wilson played like an MVP. He is the MVP right now, without a doubt. But Seattle, had to squeeze out some games, but Russell Wilson doing this thing. So we have to see where the Seahawks go from here. I like the number in this division. Like I said, like the Rams is going to be the challenge. I think it's going to be them and the Rams. Cardinals, I think they probably would be more of a wild card team. And I just think San Francisco with the injuries. Oh, pardon me. I'm starting to get a little tired now. With the injuries and everything, I just think the 49ers. And then historically, the last, maybe since this century, the Super Bowl losers usually, most of the time, don't even make the playoffs. And I think this is another year where that happens for the 49ers. But Seattle, like I said, with Russell Wilson, I just think he's a stand-up guy overall and just a great football player. Definitely top 5 quarterback in this league. So the Seahawks are number 1. So the recap: Steelers at 5, Titans at 4, Chiefs at 3, Packers at 2, and the Seattle Seahawks is number 1 on the power rankings this week. So we're just about wrapping this one up. Like I said, week 6 starts Sunday. this week, like I said, there's no Thursday game, so that's why I did the video like this today. I usually just focus on the Thursday night game, but there are none. Like I said, the Bills and the Chiefs was would have been an excellent game for a single game to watch. It was moved to Monday night, so that's when that game will take place. So it's no game tonight. But you still got baseball tonight. Game 4, Braves and Braves and dang, I'm having a brain freeze here. The Atlanta Braves and the LA Dodgers. That's game. Yeah, that's a game 4. Braves up 2-1 in the game 5. Houston, Tampa Bay, as Houston will try to stave off elimination once again, as they did last night. Like I said, NBA Finals is over. Lakers are the champs. Congratulations to LeBron James again. We'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about that this weekend because the GOAT conversation come up again between him and Michael Jordan. But I'll give you my top 5 NBA players of all time. So look forward to that on Saturday. Crash. I'm gonna do another Crash video today. I'm gonna take a nap obviously first because I'm up here. I think that's why I'm starting to get stuck on some of my thoughts because I'm starting to doze off a little bit here. I had a rough night with work and everything. So I ain't gonna get into that, but it's been a rough night, so I'm tired. But yeah, got Crash 4. It's about time. I'll do another video of that today. I finished the Mosquito Marsh, so that video shouldn't be that long. And Cuphead, I haven't forgot about Cuphead. I just stuck on the level, of course, but I haven't played this since I got Crash. I've been playing Crash. I've been playing Call of Duty more too. Season 6, so you seen the video I just put up. Free for all. I love free for all. I mean, I live for free for all. I could play that all day long if I had the chance to. I would. I like Team Deathmatch too. I play with my brother Don. We play that pretty much every night, but free for all is my thing. So you probably see more videos of that as well. So yeah, come back Saturday. Not sure when time. I'm gonna try to do an early morning one. But if I'm not home or if I'm busy, I might just do it at night. I'll come at night and record it. Maybe before I go to bed, I'll record the blog and have it ready. It'll be maybe in the middle of the night. It'll be ready. It'll be put up on the channel. But I thank you guys so much for joining me. I thank you guys for being so supportive. Yeah, got through this video. Like I said, I'm sorry. I'm just a little tired. But I wanted to do a preview of the week since I couldn't get on last Thursday. Internet issues. You know how that is. So, could record a blog last week to preview Bucks Bears, even though the Bears pretty much upset the Bucks. But yeah, so come back Saturday and join me. Like I said, we have top 5 NBA players of all time. Talk about LeBron versus Michael Jordan. Did LeBron really have a chance to be the GOAT? And some people say he is the GOAT, and I don't blame him for it. But we'll see where he lands on my top 5 NBA players of all time. We'll talk about all that on Saturday. Do some baseball playoff talk. Could be World Series talk by then. And some more NFL. Any NFL news comes up, we'll talk about it on Saturday. Like I said, I already did the picks, so it won't be that much NFL talk, but we'll talk a little bit about the NFL as well. Alright everyone, I'm Troy West. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you guys Saturday sometime. Stay safe once again. Like I said, Corona's still out there. There's a lot of states spiking. It's starting to spike here in Maryland as well. So still stay safe. Wear your mask. Sanitize your hands, wash your hands, all that stuff. Get your flu shot if you ain't got it. I ain't get one yet. But yeah, definitely get that for more protection as well. So, I'll see you guys Saturday. I want to say thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. See you then.